Hello everyone! It is time for our fishy Raphael! Finally, I have the time to read this card. I'm gonna be reading this week. I'm gonna be reading both Raphael's and Caleb's cards. Then we'll see about the others, since I'm going back to work this upcoming week. Oh my gosh! Seeing my MC there with Raphael, oh my goodness. I'm getting goosebumps. Also, you guys might think I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm not really. I've watched like 2 or 3 movies. But they all just look so cool. The vessel exits the navigation tunnel and lands on the planet where the Empire's foundation of faith, the Sanctide Court, is located. It's like we're back in Ramiro. Look at this. Following the path while the court members serve as a guide, my attendants and I walk toward the tallest chapel on the planet. I love a sci-fi vibe though.
Your Majesty, please sit on the Sanctus bench.
It's located on the right side of the building. Stained glass windows reflect golden morning light and cast magnificent colors across the area. Faint murmurs drift around the room. People who have already filled the observation seats converse in hushed tones. Something political is going on. Following their gazes and conversations, I also look toward a gallows in the center of the chapel. Bound to it is the previous monarch of the Cosmic Empire, Lysander. He's nothing more than a criminal now, a sinner. Gonna be interesting to see how MC is in this story. The sound of footsteps echoes against the stone floor, and the conversations around us immediately cease as the members of the Sanctide Court rise in unison. This looks grand. I wouldn't want to be judged here. I feel like it would be like 80% death. It's him. Raphael
Your
is here.
quintessence.
So they call him that here as well? Raphael! I'm supposed to be the Empress? A white hood covers half of Raphael's face as he steps through the light and onto the Sanctide's bench. He slightly tilts his head to glance at me. Focus! You're an Empress! I happen to meet his gaze. His indifference doesn't carry scrutiny, yet on me it weighs heavy like a mountain. Oh my god, I love this outfit. It's such a callback to Abyss Walker. I remain seated and make no effort to rise. He says nothing and sits next to me.
This place is remote and hardly pleasant. I thought the Empress wouldn't grace us with her presence.
As the Cosmic Empire's Empress, judging the guilty former monarch is also my duty. Raphael says nothing. He taps the edge of his chair. And so the trial begins.
As the Stellar Ocean watches us, our faith in them remains unwavering.
I hope you don't want me to do nothing.
In accordance to the Stellar Ocean's current incarnation, the Sanctarch, I, the presiding judge appointed by his quintessence, shall sentence Lysander, the former emperor of the Empire.
She sounds sick of her job.
Lysander incited interstellar warfare to satisfy his personal desires and misused Estispith. He is no longer worthy of the noble throne. Therefore, Lysander shall be exiled to a black hole, and no one will be sent to retrieve him.
That's dark.
Representatives of the Empire, do you agree with this judgment?
In the Allure Galaxy, the Cosmic Empire may command all visible authority. Okay. But the Sanctide Court controls the unseen foundation of faith, manipulating the very heartbeat of the Empire from the shadows. Ooh. I see. Ever since Raphael became the Sanctarch, the Sanctide Court's power has expanded to the point that it temporarily crippled the Empire's development. Even though my reign as Empress hasn't been legitimized yet, facing the former Emperor's execution, I'm nothing more than a bystander. Bystander. Ooh. Then we shouldn't disagree, we should agree. I mean, what if something happens to our position? We have to think smart here! To ask me in such a pretentious manner, do I even have the option to disagree? It felt like a trap. On behalf of the Empire, I agree. For thousands of years, the Stellar Ocean has continued to observe the most ancient, traditional methods for judgment. Scrolls are presented one after another to me and Raphael. I pick up the quill pen from the table. Chains clink softly as the previous Emperor raises his head. One crazed eye gleams under his dirty, matted golden curls.
I never thought I'd be judged by lunatics and liars. Faith, gods, they're nothing but lies. And you, my young empress.
What do you want?
One day, you will become nothing but a rotting corpse in the chapel.
Like all of us, but I'll be in a chapel, okay? How about that? His gaze grows increasingly frenzied, but those words have drained the last ounce of his strength. The iron chains binding him are his only form of support. This kind of reminds me of when we met Caleb with that guy and sending him into a black hole as well. That's your fate, not mine. Woo! Okay, MC! Damn! Okay! No longer paying attention to his shouts, I lower my gaze and sign my name on the scroll. She's not afraid of conflicts. We saw that in the trailer as well. This is gonna be interesting.
Have you ever killed anyone, Your Majesty?
Ooh! Have we? Wanderers? But in this alternative universe, I don't really know. I would kill for you though. If you ask me.
It was a joke. Once blood stains your clothes, it's difficult to remove.
You would know.
I happen to have something I want to show you. Follow me, please.
Raphael turns away. I'm right behind him as we leave. And the former Emperor's... Y'all, the text is so fast. Raphael leads me to the garden at the end of the corridor. Next to a pristine fountain is a graceful sculpture embraced by the morning light. Oh, he's so pretty!
The Empress's coronation ceremony requires a new statue. I believe an occasion this special shouldn't be left to others.
He lowers his head with one hand. He lifts my chin to make me look at him. Oh my god.
Many have told me that amongst all the royal heirs, you are the most special, but their words have yet to ring true.
What do you think, Mr. Raphael? Fragmented light drifts through the garden. It's as brilliant as the palace was when I first met Raphael. On that day, Raphael became the Sanctarch. As a royal heir, I stood in the great hall and looked at the young, handsome Sanctarch. He stood under the dome painting that depicted the Stella Ocean. I love the face ornament. It looks like coral reefs. Many have told me that the Sanctarch is skilled in the arts, but the sculpture, the eyes are too narrow and the lips are too thin. It doesn't look like me at all. Ooh! Dang! Well, maybe it is MC from the third myth. Maybe that's who he had in mind when he created the sculpture. With an almost insolent gaze, I examine Raphael's face. Then I turn around and pick up the carving knife that was set aside. I'll carve it myself. Ooh, she has a very different personality.
You could say I've seen far too many statues of people.
Raphael grips my hand and guides it to carve the statue's face. His grip is firm and unyielding. I feel as if I'm being controlled like a puppet. Oh, I definitely think he can do that. Even in the main story and like in the main timeline, we know he can do stuff like this. Like he can manipulate people from afar even. When I glance to the side, I note the indifference in Raphael's gaze. I'm at a distance where I can hear him breathe. Oh, lucky you. I'm an empress, come on. Well, almost. It's not legitimized yet, but you know. It's hard to keep my...
They were just monarchs, but they believed that once they were enshrined, they would be immortal like gods. I delivered statue after statue. I didn't have the time to properly appreciate them, since I would already be carving the next one.
Raphael gently brushes away the dust from the statue's face with his fingertips.
How long do you think yours will be displayed in the Great Hall?
If we're actually counting, then the Sanctarch must have quite a few sculptures. The faithful dedicated them to your quintessence, after all. Y'all, she's so different! I love it! But when people kneel before your statues, are they praying or readying themselves to be punished for their sins? The Sanctite Court is nothing more than a symbol. To me, it doesn't matter who leads it. Ooh! Yo, she's harsh! You only need to do your duties well. As for other matters, it is possible that they're beyond the Sanctite Court's jurisdiction.
Long live the Sanctarch! The Sanctarch has been punished! Long live the Sanctarch!
The commotion outside the chapel reverberates at an inopportunate moment. My words now seem hollow and empty. Oh my god, he looks so
It's
good.
time. Would you like to accompany me to see those followers?
Of course. Irritated. I pull my hand from Raphael's grasp. Irritated? Who's irritated? We're just acting. That won't be necessary. You've done so much today, your quintessence. It's time for you to rest. Y'all, she's such a savage. We haven't had this kind of MC before. This is interesting. The starship is docked on the top floor of the chapel. As I prepare to leave, I look down at the bustling crowd. The crowd that we just heard. That splash of color belonging to Raphael is like a spark that fell into a wasteland. As soon as he steps out, a crowd bathed in dimness surrounds him. Let me guess, we're not that popular. Only a gust is needed to ignite the flame of conflict. Ooh. When that happens, I will be subjugated and reduced to a chapter in cosmic history under Raphael. Oh, she doesn't want this, but I want this. I must stop the Sanctide Court from expanding. Whoa, she has such ambitions. Woo! Let's go, girl. Raphael will be my starting point. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so interesting. I love a good enemies to lovers trope. I love it.
They say the Sanctarch has 10 different souls. No one can truly kill his quintessence.
Oh, so he's like a cat, you say? Hmm? Like a little kitten. Or is that hearsay?
Those who anger the Sanctarch shall be punished by the Stellar Ocean before dying under mysterious circumstances.
We believe that as well. Under mysterious circumstances. Yes, we've seen that.
I heard that his quintessence opens a third eye while sleeping and feeds on human brain matter for sustenance.
That I don't believe. Enough. In order to understand who Raphael actually is, I summoned ministers who have contacted him. But I only hear absurd, useless information in the court. I need to silence everyone. They say this, I've heard that. Since when did you start believing in nonsense?
Your Majesty, I think we should focus on Muria. It's a planet controlled by the Sanctide Court.
The strategist, a minister whose duty is to predict the course of events as they unfold and offer me counsel, steps forward. This is a good-looking throne.
In the past, the former Emperor promised that he'd hand over Muria to the Sanctarch. It was an attempt to appease the Sanctide Court because of their relentless pressure on the Empire. Muria is the Sanctarch's home planet. His quintessence lived there as a child. Moreover, Muria possesses an energy source that's extremely important to the Empire, Astaspith.
Ooh.
Ever since the Sanctide Court took control of Muria, they have restricted the Empire's Astaspith extraction and mining
Isn't that why
operations.
Lysander became Astaspith? Because he was abusing it? The Empire's technological research and weapons manufacturing use Astaspith, but only Muria's oceans can produce it. There are alternative energy sources, but the Sanctide Court's actions are equivalent to strangling half of the Empire's lifeline. Raphael made a brilliant strategic move. So are we going there? The Sanctarch possesses a supernatural ability that lets him control others. The former Emperor once told me about it. And that we believe. Completely. And he may also have 10 lives. As we saw in the trailer. And that reminded me of his third myth. He theorized that Estes Pith could affect the human body and bring forth the tremendous power. It might be why the Sanctarch can use such a skill. I don't think that's it. He was born with it. Is Raphael obstructing the Empire's mining operations because Estes Pith is extremely important to him? Maybe it's just as Lysander suspected. Estes Pith is the source of his supernatural power. I don't think so. Seeing my train of thought, the strategist provides me with additional information, or it could be.
This year's Tide Prayer is approaching, and we reviewed several records. Every year on that day, the Sanctarch returns to Myria.
He goes to that distant planet from the Allure galaxy just because of Tide Prayer? Grabbing a possible lead from countless thoughts. It seems the connection between the Sanctarch, Myria, and Estes Pith is not a small matter. Why don't we investigate this further? Oh, we're going on a secret mission, it sounds like. Prepare a starship. Its destination is Myria. Oh, so we really be going there. To Raphael's home planet. Myria, main island. The grey-blue glass acts like the eyelids of the deep sea. It slowly peels away the veneer. A planet silently emerges from the stellar ocean. Its name is Myria. The starship slowly descends and passes through the fog. Neither pure blue nor black like stagnant water. It's a metallic rust-like grey that surrounds the remaining remnants of land. Some of the text is really quick, but I don't want to break immersion by always having to click the clock icon there. As the starship descends through the sea mist, the outline of a small town emerges. Oh, it looked like Ramiro! Today is Tide Prayer. People dressed in light-colored robes are gathered in the small square. The Sanctarch leads their quiet prayers.
May thy will be done.
I adjust the mask on my face, wrap my cloak more tightly around me, and follow the crowd to the center of the square. The morning light falls lovingly upon Raphael like golden gauze draped over an exquisite divine statue. I wonder what statue that is. A large hood covers his face as he bestows blessings upon the people who are here for morning prayers. Oh
The
my God, I love
radiance
this.
shall accompany Myria and all who look up to it forevermore.
It's already so interesting. During their recitation, I'm only a few persons away from Raphael. Are we in disguise? Raphael raises his head, his serene gaze. Curses. He didn't recognize me, right? Oh, he did, for sure. For sure he did. I quickly lower my head, but all I see is the crowd slowly parting. A hand is extended before me.
One must first acknowledge their sins to find deliverance. Tell me, my lady, what is your sin?
What I'm thinking right now? I'm here to seek the Stella Ocean's protection.
It is their duty.
Good play. Let's see if it works. I don't think so. Raphael takes my hand and
The
leads
Stella
me.
Ocean's radiance shines upon all creatures. No matter who you are, you shall be watched by them.
Raphael lowers his gaze, and his unfamiliar gentle gaze seems to have already pierced through my mask. He recognizes me. Are we surprised? Of course he knew. You can't hide anything from Raphael. But watching? This feels more like a covert warning. He doesn't want me to act rashly. He is watching me. Oh!
All shall be protected by the Stella Ocean.
Long live the Sanctide Court! Long live the Sanctarch!
Well,
Long live the Sanctide Court! Long live the Sanctarch!
let's not do anything rash then, MC. My posture is almost stiff, and I'm unable to ignore a certain sensation. Raphael is pressing a small steel dagger against my back. Enemies to lovers.
So the Empress has decided to attend Tide Prayer. Why didn't you tell me in advance, Your Majesty?
Surprise! It's a surprise party.
Please head back. Muria isn't a safe planet. It'd be most unfortunate if something bad were to happen.
Like what exactly? Me tripping into your arms? What? The chanting lingers in the air. The prayers end, and people surge forward. The pressure behind me eases. The crowd instantly engulfs me as my attendants return to my side. We've been discovered. Keep following him, but be more careful.
Your Majesty, the mining area was sealed off this morning. All the miners have been ordered by the Sanctide Court to withdraw. Last year's mining records show that the area was only sealed off during Tide Prayer, too.
I knew it. Tide Prayer was just Raphael's excuse to return to Muria. His real objective involves Estes Pit. We'll stick to our original plan and go underwater. We'll look at the mining area in the sea. She's so conniving. I love it.
Please reconsider, Your Majesty. We're unfamiliar with Muria's marine environment, and there are also tide whales.
Oh. Tide whales are legendary sea beasts that are extremely dangerous. They can appear and disappear without a trace, and one is capable of destroying 2 or 3 submarines. That sounds scary. The existence of tide whales has never been confirmed. Besides, something's not right. We can't let this lead go to waste. I like this alternative universe version of her, but I wouldn't want her to be like this in the main story. Because I couldn't relate. The sunset's fiery red spills across the deck of the mining base. The steel floor reflects a metallic gleam. Let's see if we can find anything. My attendants and I silently neutralize the stationed guards and decipher the submarine's access codes within the base. I feel like we're gonna get caught red-handed. The submarine's lights pierce through the dark ocean. I sit in the control room as we reach the mining area at a depth of 3,000 meters. That is deep. So scary.
Warning. Continuous anomalous fluctuations detected in the magnetic field ahead.
This is where we found Raphael. Third myth, you guys. Navigate the area. Following the direction of the anomalies, the submarine descends. Slowly, the seawater is illuminated by a fluorescent blue light. I know it's because of Estes pith. It melts into seawater and manifests as radiant blue specks of light. They float and shimmer with the currents. I've only seen extracted Estes pith before. I never expected it to be this bright. It can almost illumine the entire ocean. That's cool. Estes pith surrounds the submarine, and it becomes increasingly brighter as I make out a clear, dark blue path of light. At the end of it lies a sunken, abandoned structure on the seabed. Y'all, this card is very interesting so far. Move closer to get a better look. What is it that we found?
Yes, Your Majesty.
The submarine searches through this structure. After we pass several ornately carved stone pillars, our field of vision expands. This appears to be a garden. Throughout history, Muria has experienced many instances of submersion. This place must have been a city at one point. The submarine system indicates another light source has been detected. Masses of Estes pith appear. They swirl around a colorful cluster of coral. I hope we don't get bamboozled by a tide whale. But we'll see. I slowly approach. The murky seawater becomes clear and reveals a sight I can hardly believe. What is it? What could it be? Is that a person? Raphael, maybe? The fluorescent blue ring of light softly illuminates his face, and even though I'm a considerable distance away, I still recognize him. This has to be... And he's shirtless! Without his mask and robes, Raphael no longer resembles a lofty sanctarch. He rests quietly in the coral as if he's in a peaceful slumber. Raphael, why is he here? Estes pith gathers around him and forms slender chains of energy. They pierce his body. Focus! Focus! Fluorescent blue light particles flow toward Raphael as if they're delivering energy into him. Estus Pith can be directly injected into the body and become usable energy. This will surely bring unimaginable power to the Empire. Oh, she's so conniving! Oh! Before my gaze moves away from the sight, torrential roars shake the seawater. The raider is sending out alarms. Uh-oh! We about to drown? It's okay, Raphael will see us. A massive tail sweeps over the submarine. A ferocious sea monster bursts through the darkness. The Empire submarine of the highest grade is destroyed just like that. I feel like it was protecting Raphael, probably. A tide whale? How is this possible? It was definitely protecting Raphael, I feel like. In the violent impact, I fall into the ocean. Although technology allows me to breathe underwater, I feel pain. Did she get hurt? Raphael is still there. Oh, he'll be fine. In this critical moment, I don't have time to think about how he might be. The violent turbulence fails to wake Raphael, so I grit my teeth, swim to his side, and grab his arm. Girl, get your man! But the Estus Pith acts like vines that are growing from his body. They're resisting me. Flames soar toward the sky from the submarine's location. When the submarine explodes, I tear Raphael out of the coral formation. The sea monster's shadow looms over me, but I can't give in. All of those were so quick. But the seawater's depths are too much. After swimming for who knows how long, I slowly become exhausted. We're not about to drown, are we? Well, we have Raphael, so... My consciousness scatters. Raphael? I hear a fire. Oh! A suffocating sensation fills my chest. The water chokes me, then I wake up. After coughing a few times, I finally recover from the dizziness. Where are we? And this ominous music too. There's a stove where scattered pieces of fire would burn. A light is cast on the narrow room's damp floor and walls. A box of emergency rations marked as fish is propped over the pile of firewood, and Raphael's shadow sways along with a fishy aroma. Raphael? I didn't mistake him for someone else in the ocean, but where are we? How is he still...
Eat.
As he speaks, he tears open the package of fish and places the food on the ground. Are you embarrassed? A thin, trembling kitten emerges from the corner and eats happily. Oh, I thought, for a moment there, I thought it was for me. I was like, you making an empress eat from the ground? How dare you? But you know, for Raphael, one could do almost anything, right? So he takes care of a cat here. In the main story, you are afraid of cats.
This is for cats. Are you a cat?
Meow. I could be whatever you want me to be, Raphael. Yo. I'm like her inner monologue. But she's like conniving and ambitious. Manipulative. But this is how she really feels. Ignoring his teasing, I cautiously survey the area. Although the room is small, it has basic living facilities. Yet it looks somewhat old and displays signs of wear and tear. It's as if no one has been here for a long time. Huh. You got me out of the ocean. Where are we?
This is a temporary base that people used when they mined Estus pith. It was abandoned a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
When we surfaced, this was the closest location. We'll be resting here for a while.
Raphael lowers his gaze and watches the cat lick the fish.
In any case, I just fished you out.
What about my attendants? At least you care about them. MC. I remove the locator from my waterproof cloak and open it. The signal sources marking my attendants have been disconnected. Uh-oh. I hope nothing bad happened to them. Whoa. Because I'm worried about my attendant's safety, I want to leave as quickly as possible. I don't think too deeply and pull open the heavy iron door. Ta-da! A storm! You ain't going nowhere! In the endless darkness, icy rainwater and wind hit me. I can't open my eyes, even though I'm near the door. With no other choice, I close the door. We gotta stay here with Raphael all alone.
You're the one who got disconnected. This place is far away from Muria's main island. We have to wait for the storm to stop before we can leave. Your people are alive on the main island. Even if they could rescue you, it'd take at least a day.
I don't want to be rescued! So, I have to stay here with him for now. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Is what I want to say. But she's like, oh, so I have to stay with him. Back inside the base, I check the mechanical blade hidden on my wrist as a precaution. Oh, he's faster than you. For sure.
If I wanted to kill you, you'd already be dead.
Exactly. Being cautious never hurts. Ever since people started addressing me as Your Majesty, I've always had a weapon on hand. I could see that. I could see that people would also want your position, or if they don't like you, take you out. I also heard the Sanctarch experienced similar troubles.
Heard? I thought you did a thorough investigation.
Even though Raphael exposed my purpose, I don't panic. He has countless people who can serve as informants, and this is his home planet. Finding out what we're doing would be a simple matter. Y'all, he's so beautiful.
You're bolder than I imagined. I warned you, and yet you still chose to follow me here.
Well, have you seen yourself? How else can a person uncover the most valuable of secrets if they don't venture into danger? Right now, I want to be in the arms of danger. It turns out the revered Sanctarch has to absorb Estus Pith to sustain himself. Or maybe that's only part of the truth. And Estus Pith allows you to use those mystical arts, correct?
People who know too many secrets don't live long.
His words are threatening, but Raphael acts as though he's the one. Realizing he's unwell, I cautiously sit up and move closer to observe his condition. I'm not sure if I'm seeing things, but there seems to be faint blue specks of light on Raphael's skin. Scales! Oh! We're gonna be poking around! Oh my gosh, he does not look happy with us. As soon as I reach out to touch them, Raphael grabs my wrist.
You've crossed the line, Your Majesty.
Well... You can cross mine. He stares at me, and a streak of fluorescent blue light flashes in his eyes. It adopts a sharp edge. The fluorescent blue Estus Pith has the exact same color. It seems my guess was correct. He's unwell. Perhaps it's because I interrupted him while he was absorbing energy. Puzzled by why I suddenly wanted to touch Raphael, I retreat and pull my hand back. Girl, I understand you. Don't misunderstand. I thought that if something were to happen to you here, the conflict between the Empire and the Sanctite Court would only escalate.
Assuming this conflict exists, why did you save me?
Myria was once under the Empire. In other words, you're also my subject. Can a ruler stand by and watch their subject die?
You're so kind.
Raphael turns away. I stand, walk to the table and use the firelight to find the drinking water tank in the corner. At least we have water. But I'm not that kind of thirsty. After confirming it's clean, I take a small bowl and get water for Raphael. Here, drink. He lifts his eyelids to glance at me, his expression somewhat perplexed. Well, at least she's being kind. You did save me.
I just need to rest. I'm not dying.
We won't allow you to die. Despite saying that, Raphael takes the bowl. He drinks the water, and I start to walk around the room. Maybe we will find something. In one corner of the room, rust-covered machinery is piled up. At its center is an electronic display, its screen covered in dust. Huh. Is it for mining? I gently touch the screen. Several words appear. Estus Pith mining log. The first page is recorded of sea monster sightings. I didn't think the tide whales from legend actually existed. But we got bamboozled by one.
Many entities in those myths might be real.
Like mermaids? At some point, Raphael had moved behind me. When I turn, I almost bump into his nose. His pupils and skin have returned to normal, and the fluorescent blue marks have disappeared. He recovered, I suppose. According to those legends, the Sanctarch eats raw meat, drinks blood, and sleeps with his eyes open. But judging by what I've seen today, that's not exactly accurate. Besides, the important things that do matter don't appear in myths. We're close enough that I can hear him breathe. Raphael's gaze is no longer sharp. In fact, there's a nonchalant laziness to it. What are we up to? I clear my throat and step back, but in the attempt to create...
This is the Narek Temporary Mining Base's real-time weather report.
What did we stumble upon?
At 2025, the 2-hour storm will gradually end in the Narek Sea. With a visibility of less than 8 kilometers, the northern part of the ocean will face level 4 winds.
I'm stunned. Raphael takes the display from me, flips forward a few pages, and looks down.
Since your curiosity knows no bounds, I'll tell you a story.
Sure! Raphael tosses me the display, and I catch it. The screen is still lit. It has only one line of text. This sea no longer looks like our home. Where else can I go?
Once upon a time, there was a thriving seaside city in Muria. It had an abundance of natural resources. In the vast cosmos, the planet remained undiscovered for a long time. The people lived peacefully. Years later, Muria was discovered. That was when the slaughter began. Before the technology for extracting Astaspith was fully developed, the few survivors were used as mining tools.
So they were colonized. The strong prey on the weak. I would hope both of us understand that. If you aren't the person standing at the apex, then even survival itself becomes a luxury.
Isn't the tension between the Empire and the Sanctite Court also a form of survival of the fittest?
Raphael turns off the receiver, and the static in the air disappears. Well, at least it's more equal, and it has more to do with power. Is that why you want power? You don't want to be weak. You just refuse to be defeated in this race. Or rather, you want revenge against the people who harmed this place.
They've already paid the price. The execution of the former Emperor is one part of it. Opposing the Sanctite Court won't be beneficial.
Noticing the implication behind Raphael's words, I go to a blank page on the display and draw a few lines. Y'all, this is so interesting. And the dynamic is so different. The diagonal lines are the eaves of a roof, and two small figures sit under them. The wavy lines represent the burning firewood. Everything matches our current surroundings. The present is the present. The future is another story. I feel like they're clashing so much. But that's so interesting! That they have some kind of conflict. And it's not in the main story. Since neither of us can go back, We might as well pretend you're not the Sanctarch, and I'm not the Empress. We can at least try to be friendly. Raphael stares at my simple sketch and touches it. As if waking up from a dream, he sweeps his fingers across it like he's cutting thin air. The drawing disappears.
Let's go.
To whence?
The rain has ceased. We'll visit the small islands around the temporary base. Maybe we can contact your attendants.
What if I don't want to be contacted? What if I want to be with Raphael? Outside, the sea surface has calmed down. This is a small, low structure built from materials that won't easily erode from seawater. Waves crash against the jetty outside the base. Droplets land on my shoes. I follow Raphael and board the speedboat at the end of the jetty. The propeller spins, stirring up the seawater. The base's figure slowly recedes into the night. After traveling for some time, a narrow strip of land emerges from the mist. The town's lights twinkle, and the sea breeze carries distant, melodious, cheerful music. Let's see where we end up. This place seems to be celebrating a festival. Streamers hang from buildings with neat, pointed roofs. The shops on both sides of the street glow with warm lights. Raphael did say Myria was destroyed during an invasion. But the street before me shows no traces of disaster. Coming here from the silent, dilapidated temporary base makes me feel like I traveled through time. The locator beeps twice and calls me back to reality. It indicates the connection has been restored, and I send my coordinates to my attendants.
Every year on the night of the Tide Prayer, they host a celebration.
A fragrant aroma wafts over. Raphael hands me a paper bowl filled with grilled fish. Oh my god, I love this outfit.
This is the grilled fish I owe you.
Thank you. Despite expressing my gratitude, I hesitate for a moment.
Once you're done eating, you should go.
What about you?
No one recognizing me is a rare occurrence. I want to stay for a bit.
Raphael looks relaxed, and it appears he does want to linger for such a simple reason. There's so many details to this uniform. It's fantastic, and I love the tassels. He looks fine. Cheerful music resounds in my ears. The carefree woman wearing dark blue dance skirts step into a clearing that could hardly be called a square. Is it dancing? They dance passionately, swinging their skirts. They're reminiscent of fish swimming in the ocean. I pick up the fish. I taste its freshness and the flavor of being free from heavy responsibilities. Something I rarely experience. What's the name of that dance?
It's not a specific dance. When the music plays, they move based on how they feel. Do you want to try?
Addressing the Empress by her first name? I pause. It's been many years since anyone addressed me as such. It's been so long that I had forgotten that being the Empress is simply a role. Yeah,
There's
it's a
no
role.
such thing as empresses or sanctarchs here. I believe we're just two ordinary people.
Two individuals with our own personalities. Okay, Raphael. The corner of his mouth curls upward. Just so you're aware, I'm good at dancing. I
Are you
believe he
referring
is
to
too.
the times you listened to solemn melodies in the palace? You only wore the appropriate poses and expressions.
Ooh, so you washed me.
That
So
can't
this is
be
more of like a
called
freestyle.
dancing.
Okay, so we're freestyling. Raphael supports my waist with one hand. He leans down, seemingly immobilizing me in his embrace. His unyielding authority refuses to be resisted.
You can let me lead.
Yes, please. Raphael, allow me to tell you a secret. I'm not the obedient, docile person you think I am. Outside the palace, I have other sides you've never seen before. So, lead the dance. Let's go! I push Raphael away and immediately step forward. Without giving Raphael a chance to react, I take his hand, pulling him toward me. I become the one who leads this dance. Our hands move across each other's bodies in accordance to the rhythm. We must look intimate at this moment. I'm getting butterflies, okay?
I take back what I said about not seeing how you're special. As the music gradually fades, Raphael catches me. While those final notes resound, we lock eyes. Neither of us speaks until the voices around us erupt in excitement. Only then does the air seem to rush into the space between us. Wait.
I realized that all the men who had been dancing are now bowing down to kiss the back of their partner's hands. But kissing the back of one's hand has another meaning in the Empire. During a monarch's coronation ceremony, the sanctified court's sanctarch kisses the back of their hand as a gesture of approval and recognition. Even though this isn't a coronation, I try to pull away, but Raphael doesn't let go.
Why are you worried? This is nothing more than a meaningless kiss given to a dance partner.
Not for me! My heart pounds like a drum. I assume it's because I dance so passionately. She's assuming it is because she danced. And not with whom she danced with. She trying to be in denial. Girl, we know. We know. I offer my hand to Raphael, and his soft lips immediately touch the back of my hand, probably. For some reason, a thought appears in my mind. The locator on my cloak vibrates. My attendants are sending me a signal. I don't wanna go! Y'all, I'm dead. Y'all, I'm dead. I don't want to be Empress anymore. I just want to be this man's wife. When the device starts ringing, it means they found my location. They're on their way to take me back. My freedom has already come and gone. I feel a hint of regret. That you didn't do more?
Do you want to stay here?
No, that's not true. That's not true. Don't listen to her. I thought involuntarily arises in my head. In the time I have left, what else can I do with Raphael? Ah! My gaze falls on Raphael and I realize I shouldn't dwell on it. What I must do is wait for the moment when we part ways. Oh, my beautiful husband. Oh. Following the crowd as it disperses, Raphael and I walk along the streets, heading toward the coast. The sea wind stirs, and a chapel stands alone on the edge of a cliff. Where he said, "Jump."
Shall we wait there?
Oh! We push open the chapel's heavy door and sit on the pews. The dim light before the statue envelops us. The silent, boundless sea surges under the moon. When the time comes, I'll see my attendant's arrival through the window. The chapel is vast, and the lights around us are faint. From the prayer room located in its depths, the intermittent voices of a devout person can be heard.
Oh, divine Stella Ocean, I love someone who cannot love me back. Our families are locked in a bitter conflict. We're destined for different paths, so we can't be together. Please forgive me for my sins. I fell in love with her. Please forgive me for my sins. I kissed her and touched her body.
Forget the conflict and marry her already.
Please forgive me for being unable to suppress my love for her. Even now, I can't forget her.
Then don't. The voice stops and the chapel falls silent. Is that how it's gonna be for Raphael and MC? But his prayers linger in my ears. They turn into thoughts I can't ignore. How will the Sanctite Court deal with such a sin?
To love or not to love, neither is under the gods' dominion.
So, being destined for different paths is utter nonsense. I look up. A blinding flash of lightning streaks across the sky and illuminates the chapel. It's going to rain soon. In that brief radiance, I look at Raphael. He thinks falling in love with someone he shouldn't love is a sin. But maybe this was inevitable for him. You can't decide who you love. The downpour starts. I can almost believe my heartbeat is the sound of rainfall. Using the heavy rain to drown out my racing heart. In that quietness, Raphael watches me for a long time. I see my reflection in Raphael's eyes, right before our lips touch. Perhaps he no longer sees an inexperienced empress. Rather, there's only a woman he still wants to be close to after stripping away every identity.
It's time. You should leave.
Dang device! The locator continuously emits a sound as if it reached the end of a countdown. Ah. Technology, am I right? Like, this would never happen in a historical drama. Like, what would they do? Send a dove with a letter? Maria's climate is unstable. It is common for sudden downpours to come as quickly as they go. When I leave the chapel, the rain has eased. On the holographic map, the spacecraft that's here to pick me up is descending nearby. Brushing away my windswept hair, I look at Raphael as harsh light blazes behind me. I watch him move closer to the shore, one step at a time. Worry clenches my heart. Raphael, the sea has waves at least 1,000 feet high crash against the land behind him. He watches me from a distance.
I don't really want you dead anymore. Life actually feels interesting when you're the Empress.
A tide whale leaps out of the water, its massive shadow enveloping me and the spacecraft. Let me guess, it's his mount. Raphael falls backward into the sea. Then the tide whale crashes into the ocean with a thunderous roar. I chase after them. Raphael's figure stands on the departing sea creature as it leaves behind waves reminiscent of mountain ridges on the water's surface. So Raphael and the tide whale aren't enemies. That night in Muria feels dreamlike and ethereal. It only visits me after the sun sets, in those darkest hours. But time in which I've woken up from that dream increasingly grows longer. Sitting upon my throne, I calmly issue the order to form a blockade around Muria and discuss strategies related to the planet and Estes pith mining. Ooh! Y'all, she's very strategic. As I expected, Raphael would never allow the Empire to manipulate him like this. Several Imperial officials have died, and so a banquet called The Grand Unveiling has caught my eye. It's a grand event organized by Raphael, Everyone in the Empire is vying for an invitation. This feels strategic. We know Raphael.
The officials who attended it experienced an episode of madness after leaving. They squandered their wealth, destroyed their reputations, wrote countless bloody confession letters, and took their own lives at the doorsteps.
Dang!
I found this in their homes.
The minister hands me an envelope. Opening it, I find an invitation to the grand unveiling. It's from Raphael.
The Sanctarch organized this banquet and invited the Empire's most powerful ministers who wielded real authority. Their wealth and reputation are secondary. What matters is the armies under their command.
I feel like MC is gonna be upset. The Sanctide Court can't match the Empire in military strength. They need troops to break through the blockade. First, he used Tide Prayer as a pretense to absorb Estes Pith. Now, he's using banquets to gather forces so he can fight the Empire. Raphael, you're using the same old tricks. But is that all, though? A general standing in the Great Hall steps forward and presents a dagger in an ornate sheath.
Your Majesty, this is a dagger forged from Estispith. Please accept it for your protection. The Sancti Court shall inevitably challenge us someday. I hope you'll prioritize your safety.
Ooh, this must be the dagger. I draw the dagger halfway. A fluorescent blue light shimmers on the sharp, cold blade. Find out which officials received invitations to the grand unveiling. I want a thorough investigation. In a few days, I'll visit the Sanctide Court's chapel to confirm the details of the coronation ceremony. Y'all, this girl is ambitious and strategic. Until then, don't act rashly. It doesn't matter what happens. She and Raphael are very similar now. They bow and acknowledge their orders. I look down and slide the dagger back into its sheath. Before the coronation ceremony, the Empire had already deployed troops to Myria. It was to control the Estispith mining areas and set up extremely strict procedures. Authorization protocols have been set so that the Empire could start at any time. This is getting very interesting! Estispith became a resource under the Empire's control. It can't fall into the Sanctide Court's hands. And just like that, these forceful measures shattered the superficial peace between the Empire and the Sanctide Court. One month later, Coronation Eve. At night, everything is still in the Sanctide Court's chapel. I'm staying here with several attendants as I wait for tomorrow's coronation ceremony. I expected the Sanctide Court to be troublesome, but surprisingly, everything has been going smoothly. It's just that the Sanctarch hasn't shown up once.
Your Majesty, this is your room.
I nod and remove my robe, but I'm confused as to why the maid is still standing in the doorway. Is there anything else? The maid remains silent, her forearm twitching as she pulls out a note from her pocket. Upon closer inspection, there seem to be fluorescent blue lights clinging to her skin. Raphael, he's using his power to control her. You best believe he can do this in the main story as well. He a siren for real. That's very interesting. Annoyed, I unfold the paper. Top floor to the west. Second to last room. Raphael signed this. You're giving this to me now. What do you want to do? I subconsciously check the Estus Pith dagger that's strapped to my thigh. Ooh! After tomorrow, I will officially be the Empress, and Raphael will be nothing more than the Sanctite Court's Sanctarch. This is the last night that belongs to us. Two people without any identities. I will attend this meeting. At midnight, everything is empty and silent in the chapel. The flickering candlelight illuminates the corridors. Reaching the location mentioned in the note, I push open the door. The starry sky enters my vision, and there's an airship beside the launch platform. Under the starlight, Raphael stands quietly in front of it. You contacted me in the middle of the night. Are you not going to tell me where we're headed?
So you wouldn't have come if I didn't tell you?
I'm speechless. The airship's hatch slowly opens, and I follow Raphael into the cockpit. The instruments glow dimly as he skillfully operates the various controls.
You're not even worried about the possibility of me kidnapping you.
On the night before the coronation, the Sanctar takes the Empress and runs away. It doesn't sound like kidnapping. It's almost like...
We're eloping?
Exactly. Yes, that's the word. That's exactly what I was thinking. We're settling a personal vendetta. Or you could say that. The passage grows narrower. I watch the coordinates blink as the navigation system shows that we're approaching the border. A realization dawns on me. Are you taking me to the interstellar fortress?
You're clever.
The interstellar fortress acts as a barrier. It's the sentinel standing in front of Deepspace's forbidden zones. Beyond it, the area is filled with turbulence and debris. It's extremely dangerous for flying spacecraft to navigate.
If you're scared, you can still change your mind.
Scared? Me? You're here. Why should I be afraid? Even so, I immediately check the safety equipment inside the spacecraft.
Don't worry. I'll bring you back safely so others won't think we actually eloped.
The rapidly spinning propellers disperse the dark-colored mist. Several towers rising toward deep space stand guard over the safety barrier along the perimeter. I'm gonna need some water soon, because my throat is acting up. I just had the flu. The airship enters the departure zone. Several beams of light streak across the sky, and the almost transparent barrier opens up on both sides. The vast cosmos unfolds before us. In the distance, blinding light pulsates like a series of detonations. Another neutron star has exploded, somewhere far away.
You've seen meteoroids explode in space?
When I was young, I was kidnapped because of my status as the crown princess. They took me and fled. Since they chose to only use hidden interstellar routes, I saw it once during the journey. Oh, she was kidnapped?
I thought you were well protected since childhood.
It's because danger was always lurking. Special protection was par for the course.
So what happened?
I finished them off personally. Whoa! Raphael, the way you always knew. Have you killed her before? I mean, they kidnapped her, so you go, girl. You do what you gotta do.
You must repay any grudge, huh? In a way, you're just like me.
Oh! Call back to the main story and the other cards.
Sit tight.
But it's not a grudge there. It's more like he's doing it for his people. He activates the airship's defense mechanism. The vessel's speed suddenly surges, and I'm forcefully pressed back into my seat. Okay. Meteoroids of all sizes form a narrow tunnel. We weave through the bizarre otherworldly scenery. Now, I'm gonna go grab some water. Let's read this one also. The instrument panel reflects Raphael's calm expression. Amid the violent turbulence, he pilots the airship and breaks free from the obstacle-filled galaxy. Okay, here we break. Okay, I got distracted by my cat as well, so now I'm back here after like 40 minutes. The vessel escapes the torrent and enters an ocean of stars. What is this place? It's as if we've fallen into a pool of water under the setting sun. A purplish red nebula forms two wings against the cosmic canvas. It's like a dancing butterfly. That sounds really beautiful.
The Butterfly Nebula is the result of two meteoroids colliding. It's hidden behind the turbulence, and it's impossible to see unless you pass through the chaos. Tomorrow is your coronation ceremony. I think you should have a good gift.
I turned my head toward Raphael because I looked at the nebula for so long. The colors belonging to that ocean of stars gently veil my eyes. So it's like he's covered in it. Because of how long she stared at it. And wings. We did see that in the PV. Him with a statue wing. In my vision, Raphael is also tinted with those hues. The sight becomes a memory related to this night. It's more beautiful than when I was a child. Thank you. My throat is acting up. I for sure had COVID. For sure! Because it never acts up like this. At this moment, I seemingly have gained the freedom to be honest with my feelings. Don't do anything rash. We know what you have on you. I envy those two meteoroids. Meteoroids. That's how you say it. One of them collided with the other. They couldn't escape their fates. Yet in the process, they became a rare, beautiful spectacle. Sounds like the two of them.
They've been shattered, broken into little pieces. Is being envious of that worthwhile? I won't accept such an outcome, and I don't believe in fate either.
Ooh, you bring the fate.
I believe wherever my choices lead me shall be my fate.
Before I can fully process what's happening, Raphael leans toward me. His palm, clad in his searing warmth, is pressed against my thigh over my clothing. Oh my god! He knows! Intimate yet methodical, his hand moves up by half an inch. My heart skips a beat. Girl, me too, me too, me too! Raphael touches my dagger. I knew it! I knew it!
You know I won't start a war in Muria, so you set up a blockade around the Astaspith mining areas.
You figured it out.
Many have sat on that imperial throne. I thought you'd be the same as them.
In the dimly lit cockpit, our breaths mingle as Raphael moves closer. I can feel his gaze on me. So you're not gonna say anything about the dagger? Judging by his expression, I realize he's aware that I brought a dagger. He also knows where it is. Of course! Don't try to hide anything from this man. He knows everything. He's always 10 steps ahead. Literally.
You're not the first ruler who wanted to kill me. But you're the first to call me by my name, and the first one to dance with me.
He pushes my robe aside, but what touches me isn't Raphael's hand. It's a cold glass bottle. Of course I thought it was a bottle! He tucks it under my thigh strap. The item sits next to my dagger. Ooh, it must be the one from the PV.
I found an interesting bauble. When two people drink this potion, they will form an unbreakable connection. They will share each other's joy, pain, and death. It's not love per se, but it's almost like it.
Raphael's gentle gaze floats and settles on my lips.
You can choose the dagger or the potion.
As if that's a tough choice. The distance between us is no bigger than a hair. We stare at each other and share a look that's impossible to decipher, to surrender to. But in the PV, the dagger is used. Or maybe that's another outcome. In that days, my memories of our time in that chapel in Muria return. Our breaths intermingled as we were almost pressed up against each other. But that was merely a momentary lapse of judgment. I should erase it from my mind. I'm clinging to it! Don't erase it. Multiply it. Raphael, I want to secure my position as Empress. The choice I'll make is the one you don't want to hear. Y'all, I love this. This is so interesting. Estes Pith is already under the Empire's control. I now possess a weapon capable of threatening the Sanctite Court and Raphael. And I didn't expect the card to be so long. When victory is within reach, choosing love would be absurd. That's what you think, MC. Raphael averts his gaze and moves back to create an appropriate distance between us. No! Come back! Be stuck with me, okay? You cannot leave my side. The airship is restarted. It stirs up the dust that quietly floats in deep space. This was a romantic trip. I steady myself, but as Raphael pilots the airship to leave, I can't help but look back. The magnificent butterfly remains as if it will never change. We who witnessed it, however, shall return to turbulent currents. It's as if she's longing for something else. But she has duties. Sunlight passes through the opening at the top of the dome and falls onto the sacred chapel where the coronation ceremony is held. Oh, why this ominous music though? Under everyone's watchful gaze, I stand before the stained glass window, wearing my robes for the coronation ceremony. I look at the sculpture that belongs to me. The chapel bells ring as scheduled, but the Sanctarch has yet to appear. Oh? There's no need to wait for his quintessence. Proceed with the ceremony. Oh, is she mad? Is she upset? Probably. After an oath is sworn, the Sanctarch places the crown upon the monarch's head. It symbolizes the Sanctite Court's approval of royal authority. But since he's not here, maybe something happened as well. Raphael isn't here, so I don't intend to continue following this precedent.
Your Majesty.
What is it? The attendant by my side wears a solemn expression.
We just received word that the Sanctite Court has attacked the Empire's forces in Muria. They're currently engaged in combat.
Oh! I anticipated this, but my heart still sinks when I hear the news.
His quintessence, the Sanctarch, has arrived.
The officiant immediately bows his head as a form of salutation. Sanctite court members surround Raphael as he enters. Today, he wears the most ceremonial, solemn attire that belongs only to the Sanctarch. And I love it so much. I love that headdress. The Sanctarch must think that the process of presenting the crown to the Empress is unimportant. His quintessence has only arrived now, after all. It just so happens that I share the same sentiments. Since the Empress rules over the Empire, It's natural for the Sanctide Court to not interfere. Everyone understands the meaning behind my words. The Empress doesn't need the Sanctide Court's recognition. The Imperial soldiers on standby place their hands on their swords in unison. The Sanctide Court members assume the same stance, and the atmosphere becomes tense. Y'all, I like this! Raphael, at the center of everyone's attention, raises his hand slightly. The court members lower their weapons. There's so much conflict. So
if
much
there
drama.
is no crown, then there is no sovereignty. Surely Her Majesty has no intention of ignoring history.
Perhaps my actions will set the next precedent. Raphael extends his hand toward me. It's an invitation to start. I don't move. Raphael watches me, his expression calm. A streak of fluorescent blue light flashes across his eyes. Oh! He gonna control us? Is that what? Raphael's gaze controls my movements. My consciousness scatters for a moment, and I watch myself place my hand into his palm. So convenient! He's using his power to control me. He can't do anything. He bows slightly and places a gentle warm kiss on the back of my hand. In court? We're practically married now. I can only look at him. The person before me is strange and familiar. His kiss on the back of my hand overlaps with the memories of our time in Myria. Slasher and Raphael's time has ended. All that remains is the Empress and the Sanctarch.
On behalf of the Sanctide Court, I shall bless the new Empress. The Sanctide Court shall continue to work with the Empire to establish legitimacy in the Alor Galaxy.
The fluorescent blue glow in Raphael's eyes fades, and I pull my hand away. I've also been waiting for this day, for a long time. His pause is almost imperceptible. He takes the crown and places it on my head. Now they suddenly feel a bit distant.
Allow me to send a congratulatory gift. I would like to formally invite the Cosmic Empire's Empress to the grand unveiling banquet.
I suppress my surprise as every gaze in the room falls upon me and Raphael. Those unaware of the truth might think Raphael is extending an olive branch toward the Empire. Oh, we know what happened before this, but I know this is a trap I can't simply refuse. Once the ceremony has ended, the statue of me returns to the palace.
Your Majesty, where would you like to place your sculpture?
The sunset's glow filters through the windows on both sides of the courtyard. Like gauze, it covers the statue's face. It traces her eyes. I trace her eyes with my fingers, and wonder how long it took for Raphael to carve this. I don't want that sculpture. I draw the dagger meant for Raphael from my thigh strap and viciously stab the statue. Dang, girl! Well, that's kind of what happened. You did that to yourself in the third myth. The stone cracks from where the blade was plunged. Tiny fragments tumble down. Destroy it. Ooh, she's vicious! I pull the dagger out and use my more force compared to when I stabbed the statue. Y'all, Raphael, be careful! Battles have raged on in Myria for months. Daily battle reports flood in like snowflakes. The Sanctite Court has controlled Myria for a long time, and their familiarity with the oceanic planet's terrain compensates for their inferior troops. The Empire's advance is exceptionally slow. Igniting a war is merely a Pyrrhic choice. Killing 1,000 enemies means losing 800 of our own. Given the current circumstances, the best solution is to kill Raphael. No! At first, I'm reluctant about the banquet, but after some careful consideration, this seems to be the perfect opportunity. I shall use this chance to figure out what Raphael intends to accomplish with this death banquet. Banquet Ablaze card! So I attend the event. The spaceship hosting the banquet floats quietly in the cosmos. My forces remain hidden nearby to provide support at a moment's notice. Wow, this is beautiful. Unlike ordinary spaceships, this vessel has been divided into banquet halls of various sizes. Its interior possesses luxurious decorations. It is very beautiful and elegant. The quiet corridor is seemingly endless. The Sanctite Court members walk ahead and lead me into the banquet hall located at the spaceship's innermost depths.
His quintessence is waiting for you inside.
Such dramatic music! Oh my gosh! Inside there's only one lit lamp above the center of the long table. Across the dark red curtains, shadows dance with the swaying candlelight. Raphael sits on one side of the long table. Next to him is a wine glass that's half full. It's as if he's been waiting for quite some time. The supposedly dreadful grand unveiling banquet is drinking with the Sanctarch? That's exciting.
I wouldn't say it's the grand unveiling banquet. I prefer to think of it as a private invitation.
For me?
Everyone who has been invited to attend must first demonstrate their loyalty to the Sanctite Court. You're the only exception.
But the guests are people from the Empire. Raphael raises his hand slightly, and the red curtains beside the table are opened. Y'all, I love this outfit. Beyond the glass, a statue of the Stellar Ocean stands in the center of another dimly lit banquet hall. Boxes of gold, silver, and jewels lie at the foot of the statue, their scattered reflections fragmenting solemn lines until they're barely recognizable. Some imperial ministers are devoutly reciting prayers before the statue.
I didn't force them to do anything. I told them to attend the banquet and offer their most prized possessions. Then, they can gain the Sanctite Court's favor. Once the war in Muria ends, they can become members of the Sanctite Court. They'll possess a status that's far more superior to an Imperial citizen's. The people of the Empire might revere them. They suspected that I had killed quite a few attendees here. Yet, when it comes to the taste of power, they were willing to betray their country.
Raphael walks up to the glass and looks at the people on the other side. He seemingly enjoys their greedy behavior. Well, we know Raphael does everything for his people, so... You keep the useful ones who happen to hold high positions in the Empire. Convert them to your cause and use them to undermine the Empire's rule. He's smart. He's a strategist. Quite manipulative. You extort riches from those who aren't useful to you. Your tactics are more ruthless than actual warfare. He turns, picks up a wine glass, and hands it to me.
Since this is a banquet, let's have a drink first.
I ignore the glass and don't look at him.
Constantly targeting each other will only ensure mutual destruction, but we can change our approach.
What do you propose?
For example, we can cooperate.
That to me sounds good. The Sanctite Court controls Estes Pith. As soon as I turn to leave, an irresistible force controls me. A fluorescent blue rises in Raphael's pupils. Oh my gosh, okay! Wait. I didn't get to read that. The Sanctite Court controls Estes Pith. Cooperation will be difficult when there's a conflict of interest. So that was the entire dialogue. I didn't manage to press without using the cursor. There. So now he's controlling MC. Let's see what he does. My people are outside, Raphael.
No one wants to see a fight to the death. If anything, I'm your best choice. My sincerity is eliminating traitors in their quest for power. Do you actually need those who forsake the Empire for small favors?
I watch myself pick up the glass. I drain it in one go. So he made her drink it! Oh! Everything seemingly becomes hazy. I can't even clearly see what's in front of me. Okay, are we drugged? I'm gonna excuse him just because it's Raphael. There was something in the wine? Where are you taking me? Is this a kidnapping?
It'll be over soon.
Bang! I love this. I love this.
Welcome to my private domain.
You can keep me here.
Your Majesty.
Oh my gosh! Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh! He just drugged us, but you know, I'm just squealing here like a fangirl.
The guests demanded miracles. They got what they wanted. Look. Imperial power stole their land, blood, and lives. They resisted. However, faith can make them willingly offer up those things.
Break free, girl! I am exactly where I want to be. What do you mean break free? He's gonna have to break free from me. Right, we're the Empress. And we're quite upset, so we have to act this way. Oh my god, look at that smirk! Oh, again! Guys, I'm melting. Threaten him. Whoa! Whoa! Not gonna lie, that was hot. This... Enemies to lovers. Oh my god, look at his face! So unbothered. Oh my gosh, he's so beautiful. Y'all know I'm gonna go into this Kindle moment and just screenshot every single frame. But I can't do that now because...
Will my death benefit you? Killing me would be the worst choice.
We have seen those eyes. Did I imagine?
Try
Was that
it.
quick?
I don't mind.
Oh! Oh, my Pookie! We know this ain't gonna be... Oh! Hold him! Oh! Raphael! And look at how the wings are set just directly behind him. That is so beautiful. Just like a fallen angel. He's like, watch this! This is how it feels, huh? You did this to me in the third myth. Taste your own medicine. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Because he was left there alone. Even though she did it for him. Y'all, this is spectacularly beautiful. Ugh. I'm speechless. Infold, you did it again. And she seems to be distraught now that this happened. Because hold him! Do you see her hands? Do you see her hands? Oh my gosh, the way she tried to grab him! We knew it! He's like, got you. That was just a little trick.
I let you see your own heart, didn't I?
Whoa! I love this version of Raphael. Oh my gosh. Oh, you incredible man.
To make me submit, you need more than power. Use yourself.
Take out potion. Oh my gosh, look at his face. So gentle. He hasn't even looked this gentle in this entire card. Oh. He's so obedient. Look at him. Now she has the wing on her back, just like those butterflies.
From now on, you and I, together with our power, we're conspirators.
Let's go! Is everyone fine? I slept for a long time on Raphael's private island. I dreamed that I was still floating and sinking in Muria's sea. Oh my god, guys! Oh, that kindled moment. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, 10 out of 10. Dazed, I felt a searing pain, as if my soul had been split in half. There was an emptiness within my body. I didn't want to float anymore. Yet, as I struggled, my consciousness was slowly embraced. Y'all, the way we would never forgive a real man for this, but a fictional one, we give them every single chance. Even without opening my eyes, I knew it was Raphael. He's the strangest person I've met, yet he's also the one I'm most familiar with. A part of himself warmly, tenderly fills me. Our lives are intertwined. The Empire's Empress, the Sanctite Court Sanctarch. Those identities are cast aside. We're just simply Slasher and Raphael. Feels weird saying my own nickname. When I wake up, I feel like I have emerged from seawater. There's not a single ounce of strength left in my body. Oh, he's so beautiful! The morning light in the cosmos is more tranquil than the water's surface. It streams in through the portholes to quietly announce the arrival of dawn. Raphael is holding me, and he relaxes his grip once he sees I'm awake. I remember what you said to me when we were in that Muria chapel. It's time. You were referring to the time that belonged to Raphael and Slasher. Not the roles that we have now, but the individuals that they are. I raise my hand, and my fingers caress Raphael's cheek. From that point on, you were no longer Raphael to me. You were only the Sanctite Court's Sanctarch.
Actually, I was wondering if the time that belonged to Raphael and you could last forever. So forget what I said. I didn't mean it.
Anything for you. Raphael lowers his gaze. Only now is he honest with his emotions. His words return to me. Maybe opponents who are evenly matched can be great conspirators. Together! The speedboat stops in the middle of the ocean. Raphael holds my hand, and he guides me to jump into the deep sea. We taking a bath? Y'all, this is so romantic. We return to where I once discovered Raphael. Estes pith drifts like butterflies in the water. They sway with the current.
When I was little, I almost drowned. But that experience allowed me to discover the mysterious connection between my body and Astaspith. I can harness its energy to do some unexpected things.
Raphael closes his eyes, and Astaspith seems to have sensed his presence. They transform into slender conduits that channel energy into his body. You don't gotta be naked for this, Raphael. I mean, I can help you.
During tide prayer, the energy in my body is almost depleted, so I need to return to Muria's seas every year. I'll be slightly weaker than usual on that day.
The ebb day, you mean? Raphael takes my hand, and the Astaspith follows him to surround me. A cool sensation surges into my chest. Oh, his eyes. Oh. I think I can feel the power you mentioned, Raphael. Imagine never reading any other Raphael card besides the main story. I've absorbed the Astaspith. Does this mean I can control others? I'll give it a try. I don't think it's gonna work. What's she gonna say? I would be like, kiss me. As if she needs to control him for that. He's gonna do it regardless. Now he's gonna play into it, probably. Surprised for less than half a second, Raphael understands. Smiling, he approaches me. He's like, it seemed like it works. Just don't try that on anyone else.
You can't test your newfound skill on me, even if I'm not being controlled by you.
He caresses my cheek, then his lips are pressed against mine. The only warmth in this cold seawater.
I'd still do it.
Oh. We knew this was coming. We knew that he'd say something like that. As Raphael gently kisses me, I can sense the power that comes from Astaspith, as well as our emotions. I think that if I stood on an open sea, mentioning love would be enough to make schools of fish follow me. They'd swim toward land. I had no intention of using warfare as a long-term strategy. It's more like the result of countless causes. A choice one must use because there's nothing else. But fortunately, it's not the end. Since I can't completely eliminate the Sanctite Court, I might as well take the olive branch that Raphael extended. We'll step back and cooperate. This is a rational calculation and the outcome I want. After discussing it with the ministers, the Empire and the Sanctite Court agreed to a ceasefire in Myria. In exchange, the Sanctite Court and the Empire fairly divided the mining rights for Astaspith and clarified their respective interstellar authorities. They're cooperating here as well. I love it. I love it. They're such a duo. And I love that he involves her. For centuries, the power struggle between the Sanctide Court and the Empire has ebbed and flowed. But in this era, it has subsided temporarily. The nights in Myria are as lively as ever. The theater's curtains are open, and a brand new play is reaching its climax. Ooh!
Starting today, you shall be my empress. I will honor you. You shall never be tainted when you receive my love.
Under the stage lights, the Sanctarch takes the hand of the Empress. Ah! They made a play out of the both of them. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Wow. Let's see how accurate it is. When he tries to kiss the back of her hand, she avoids
Your
it.
promises are like that beach's sand. They'll disappear once the waves wash over them. How can I trust you?
I feel like everyone's gonna love this.
My dear Empress, you are my diamond in the deep sea. You're dazzling and precious. How could I possibly deceive you?
You're talking to me about love? In your eyes, it's a trivial matter.
Oh, he loves her.
They're so into it. Just like I am, just like you are. In the audience, everyone is moved. Their delicate silk handkerchiefs fail to contain the falling tears. However, the Empress pulls out a sharp dagger from under her beautiful yet heavy dress. She presses it against the throat of the Sanctarch. Yo, someone gave all the information.
We had a very long dream. In it, we held blades at each other's throats. We're like the moon and its reflection on the sea's surface. We can't escape each other, yet we'll always be separated, unable to be close.
Mother, aren't they in love? Why would they want to kill each other?
You're still young. You don't understand that they must hate each other because of their circumstances, but they love each other because it's what they desire.
Oh, it was a good question from the kid though. And that gets me back to the chapel when that man was speaking. The curious crowd frantically enters the theater to witness the love and hatred between the Sanctide Court Sanctarch and the Empire's Empress. Well, those are the most interesting stories. When someone in Myria says the word love, the sea breeze carries their story. When there are a lot of conflict, it gets very interesting. I mean, imagine reading a romance novel and they're already together in the first chapter. Like, I want it to build up. Okay, there's an ending, but it's way up there. Okay. Ooh, it must be, since it's way up there, is it about the disagreement where we agree or disagree? Ah. Yeah, has got to be. Hold on. There, I couldn't. I don't know why I couldn't press it. I think the glass I got is
Your
too
Majesty,
thick.
please sit on the Sanctus bench.
It's located on the right side. Oh. I don't need to read. We already read this. We need to get to the point where I make the wrong decision because that skips over everything. But that's so interesting. Let's see what happens. I loved
Your
this card.
quintessence.
I love a good enemies to lovers trope. And when it's just like slow build up. Oh, he looks fantastic.
This place is remote and hardly pleasant. I thought the Empress wouldn't grace us with her presence.
And after this card, I'm gonna read the Caleb's. But I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
As the Stella Ocean watches us, our faith in them remains unwavering. In accordance to the Stella Ocean's current incarnation, the Sanctarch, I, the presiding judge appointed by his quintessence,
She sounds so
shall
sick of her
sentence
job.
Lysander, the former emperor of the Empire.
Like she's reading off of
Lysander
a script
incited
as well.
interstellar warfare to satisfy his personal desires and misused Estispith. He is no longer worthy of the noble throne. Therefore, Lysander shall be exiled to a black hole, and no one will be sent to retrieve him.
That sounds terrifying,
Representatives of
actually.
the Empire, do you agree with this judgment?
And this is where we disagree. And let's see what happens. Feels like the cards just get better and better, and they do get longer as well. This one was really long. Let's pick I do not agree. The Empire can't be... Wait, there... Oh, hold on. I need to read. The Empire can't be subordinate to the Sanctite Court forever. Concessions will only encourage them to push for more. I do not agree. Lysander's punishment should be decided by the Empire. The Sanctite Court has no right to interfere. All is quiet in the chapel. Raphael looks at me, his gaze not revealing the seriousness I expected. Rather, there's a hint of intrigue. The Sanctite Court members immediately rise and surround me and my attendants. But Raphael raises his hand. He's signaling them to stand down.
Since Her Majesty wishes to personally judge Lysander, I can make concessions. However, as the Sanctarch, I need to act on behalf of the Sanctite Court's interests if the Empress decides to take Lysander away.
Understanding Raphael's warning, I remain resolved in making my choice. What did we learn? I still remember the sunlight on the day I left the chapel. Resisting the Sanctite Court was easier than I imagined, but making the choice wasn't difficult. The real challenge lay in the consequences. I used all my resources in an effort to find the Sanctite Court's weaknesses, or rather, Raphael's weaknesses. I set my sights on Raphael's home planet, Myria. That's where Estispith, the most important resource to the Empire, was located. When I attempted to control it, the Sanctite Court immediately declared war against the Empire. This protracted conflict consumed nearly half of my life. Dang, girl. Unfortunately, what I learned during that time happened while I was trapped in the depths of the chapel. Sometimes I wonder if things would have been different. Assuming the Sanctarch and I stayed in contact, maybe I would have gotten the chance to sit down and talk with him. Well, because of that one disagreement, political disagreement. But the wheel of history only moves forward. Even though I'm someone caught up in its momentum, I will still do my best to fulfill my duty as an empress. Excerpt from the Empress's Journal. The end. Well. Mm-hmm. Well, he does weave his own fate. Wow. I love it. I love it. This was a fantastic card. And like I said before, I'm gonna get every single card in this banner. I feel like I say that in most banners. But then again, I'm like, I can't do that with every single banner. I need to save as well. Like, I definitely need to. I need to be, you know, a little bit more responsible. It's tough maining 3 people. Raphael, then Caleb, and then Xavier. But in this banner, I need all. Like, if I could, I would main all of them. I would, definitely. Oops. Well, thank you all for watching. Bye bye.